Hey guys, it's Jamison here bringing you guys a new video. And this video is going to be my personal tier list on Apex Ranked Season 8 on Kings Canyon. This video is going to be more towards your solo queue players, or you're looking for group players who don't have an organized 3-stack or play with different people all the time. And I'm going to break down the abilities, why I put them where I put them, and let me know if you agree with me. Maybe you don't. Let me know why in the comments below, and if this helps you, leave a like, and if you don't like this content, leave a dislike so I know what you'll want to see. Alright, let's get right into it. So let's start with Bangalore here first. So let's break her down a little bit. Her passive, which is probably her most keen ability in my opinion, is as you shoot at her, she's going to get faster even if you miss or hit her. You just have to hit the general proximity of her hitbox. And while this ability is strong, it can be easily countered by making sure you have at least some shots are going to hit. Like as you're chasing her, don't just AFK shoot at her, or you're never going to catch her, right? And her smoke, while it covers a big area, like a pretty decent sized area, you can still see through it, and if you don't have the digi optic, you are blinding yourself also. So like while it helps with rotates, other heroes achieve this same thing, but with more ease. So this makes me want to put her at C, which is just, like you could play her. She's not going to hurt your team anyway, but she probably won't help you in any way either. Alright, so let's move on to the next legend, which is going to be Bloodhound. And right now, Bloodhound is in a very, very good spot. Alright, his scan gives him free KP. You don't have to do any damage. You just have to scan them. And that's a instant KP. And this gives you a lot of information, where they are, if they're above you, if they're below you, how many there are. And you can also chase people by like, oh hey, there were people here up to 90 seconds ago, which is really, really good. It helps you play zone and position correctly. And his ult, well, this is kind of where he comes back a little bit. It changes the color on your screen and highlights enemies in red. While some people like this, personally for me, I cannot use this vision. But he's still a really good hero. So this is going to make me want to put him at A. He's almost a staple. Like, you should have some sort of Bloodhound in your comp if you can. Alright, let's move on to the next legend, Caustic. So, on Kings Canyon, controlling space is super important. If you can control a building or lock it down, you're going to have a lot of ease climbing and getting your position points instead of forcing KP over and over again. And Caustic is super annoying. I'm telling you, every time you're in game and you're in this gas, you're like, who plays this champion? Oh my god, this is the worst. And that stuff eats you up. His ult, super strong, been getting buffs, and he just can lock down any space. And honestly, he goes well with a lot of comps, especially now with the new meta coming in, which is the Revenant Octane pads. So this makes me rank him at A. You pretty much can run him in any comp every single time and see success, because he's fortified too. So if you've got weaker armor, you're going to be even up to 1 armor above your current rank. So if you have a white shield, you pretty much have a blue shield. So this is good for if you land at small loot places, or you just get the bad end of the RNG. Alright, so let's move on to the next legend here, Crypto. Well, I have some love for Crypto, as I used to be a Crypto main. Honestly, he's really not that strong. And while he does provide the same walls that Bloodhound does, it requires him to either be controlling his drone or put it in a place where it can be easily shot or seen. And the higher up you go, the harder it is to effectively apply Crypto into your games. But I'm going to rank him at E, just because he can instant respawn. And maybe this is good if you're climbing in a low rank and your teammates just die all the time. Just be picking up their banners and just instantly respawning them wherever you want, whenever you need to. And it also lets you know from his drone, if you're looking at the banners on the wall on the map, if there's a team within 200 meters. This can be really valuable information for if you're getting position or where you want to be in the zone. But at the end of the day, that's about it. It's not a lot to offer. So I'm gonna put him at E. Alright, let's talk here. Fuse. Alright. I'm going to be honest, I have never seen a Fuse win a game. He can carry 2 grenades per slot, which is alright. That's definitely good. But I mean, like, he doesn't offer anything to the team except being a mule pack, like a pack mule, right? So this makes me put him at F. You know, I just don't see him do good. Never see him in my games. Kind of like the Ring of Fire, haven't been seen used effectively. So maybe, you know, it's kind of a bad idea. You know, to put him anywhere else would be mind blowing. All right, so let's move on to Gibraltar or Gibby, and I'm gonna tell you, hey, you guys already know where Gibby is. He's on an S tier. Okay, theoretically, he should beat everyone in a 1v1. His gun shield has overflow damage, or doesn't have overflow damage. So if you hit it with the Kraber, 0 damage taken, but the shield takes it all. So you know you're charging shields on Gibby. You got the dome, which really helps if you miss position or you need to heal quicker. His ult is all right. You know, just very important to use it at the right times. I mean, Gibby's super consistent and he's fortified. So all his hitbox is big. He's tankier than most heroes. So bullets will do less damage on him. And what can I say? Arm shield, like it's just a broken feature, just allowing for fights all the time. Every time it's up, you can peek. All right, now let's talk about Horizon. Honestly, Horizon, when she came into the game, she changed it up. People quit playing Pathfinder. Less Wraiths were being played. You know, she never drops her weapon. Movement on her feels very, very clean. You will enjoy playing this hero if you have decent movement. It's nice. Your screen ain't shaking. Your weapon's always up. Her Q is a great ability. Allows you to take height at any time instantly. You know, the cooldown's not too bad. And her ult, man, her ult is pretty good. You know, a lot of people don't utilize the fact that they can just instantly shoot it. And it has a pretty good pool with a decent range and can be comboed with a lot of things. Grenades, just group fire, anything like that. So I'm going to have to put her at A tier. You know, she's just really strong, really consistent, great movement. You know, movement is a really big part of the game. You know, that might be why a lot of people don't play Gibby. She just feels slow. All right, but let's stay on track here, y'all. I want to make this video nice and direct so you can get what you're looking for. All right. So Lifeline. All right. Honestly, I had her at C, but I think she deserves to be at B tier. Her hitbox is solid. You know, you don't necessarily have to carry as many syringes or med kits because her Q will offer you heals. Her passive will allow you to res a teammate with the shield, hands off. And while this normally can get your teammate killed if they capitalize on this, if there's a trade going on, this is normally good because now it'll be a 3v2 and they don't have time to res. And her ult can give you purple loot, and that can be pretty helpful, especially if you're on all white shield and a shield comes down, you get blessed by RNG, you got a purple shield. Now you're in the game, you're looking for fights, you got resources and materials to do what you got to do. All right. Now let's move on to the next legend, Loba. So her Q, it's an arc. You throw it and you can press it to instantly go down. This ability gets really, really good range. So it's really good if the Loba needs to escape. And, you know, her passive lets her see what color loot, if it's purple or higher, where it is, and pretty much what it is if you have vision. Like if you see a skull piercer or a turbocharger or an ammo receiver, so you can see that through the wall. Up to a certain range, obviously. And her ult, now, her ult got nerfed a little bit. You can only grab 2 items now, but sometimes 2 items are all you need. Maybe you snatch that shield, that purple shield from someone who's about to grab it, or that purple shotgun bolt, or that purple mag for your R99, you know? Things that enable high damage output. And ammo should never be a problem on this champ. You just pop down her ult. This thing cools down quick. It's always up. There's always ammo around. And especially if you're behind, just pop this down in end zone and start grabbing loot. Hey, she got whatever you need. It's like a one-stop shop. But C tier, you know, it's nice, but like if you're looted, she doesn't really bring anything to the point where you're looted. So maybe if you have issues looting or getting resources in game, this would be a good legend for you. All right, now Mirage is an iffy hero here. So like if you know to look for his invisible, that slight blur, you know, sometimes it can be hard to see, but if you know what you're looking for and you start playing against more Mirages, you'll see it more and more. and you're prepared to get him. And while there is high chance for outplay, you know, he really only helps himself. And, you know, he does go invisible while he reses, but like I said, if you know you're looking for that blur, it's just he doesn't. Like, you could play someone else and get the same benefit. So I personally have money. You know. All right, let's move on to the next legend here, Octane. So with his pad rework or buff, where you can control how the arc, what kind of arc you get based on how you hit the pad, is huge. You know, you can go up higher now, or you can go farther and shorter, and his hitbox is better than Wraith's now, and he is super fast. He's one of the probably the fastest hero in the game consistently, right? And just his jump pad, this thing is always up, huge movement, really key. All right, he gets S tier, you know, and he combos with anyone. You know, Gibby, like, hey, Gibby's got no movement, but now with this pad, he's flying. You know. All right, we'll get back to his pad here in a second, and how this update is huge. Alright, Pathfinder. Man, honestly, it's a meme, bro. Who's playing Pathfinder in 2021? Grapple cooldown too long. Beacon for 5 seconds off your ult. Like, well, it's nice, but people are getting used to the ziplines. And especially on Kings Canyon on a small map, you're just giving people other people tools for movement. And that could be really counterproductive. So I'm just going to put him at D tier. You know, a lot of people don't play him. It's just that cooldown really hurt him. All right, Rampart, man, you guys already know, F tier. Honestly, don't even pick this hero. You know, there's like very, very few scenarios where she's the superior pick. And, I mean, most of the time, just don't peek her wall. Like, that charge damage will eat you up. But, you know, the wall is not invincible. It has a long place down cooldown. You know, her ult, stationary, easy to headshot, easy to hit. Just lob a grenade in there. Like, no one plays Loba. Or I mean, no one plays Rampart. My bad. I did not mean to say Loba. All right, let's move up onto the next champion here, Watson. All right. Ever since her ult, or it's not permanent, got nerfed, you know, she started to see less and less play, but she still can be very good to counter, you know, a Gibby ultimate, a Bangalore ultimate, you know, just grenades being thrown in and hold down a building. But her Q with the fences can be very easily countered if not placed effectively. You just shoot them and you're in. You know, while that takes 1 extra second, it's just knowing what to do against these heroes. Alright, so this I'm going to put her at D just because her ult's not permanent anymore. And I mean, you could play Caustic and get the same effect and be even more annoying. You know, sometimes that mental annoyance is all you need to win the fight. Alright, now let's talk about Wraith. So, with her hitbox update, I personally have been consistently hitting more headshots against her and just outputting more damage in general. And she's been just a whole bunch of small changes making her slowly worse and just put her in a state where people just aren't playing Wraith anymore. You know, they'd rather play Octane or Horizon, but her ult is still really strong, and she's still a better hero than most. So I'm going to put her at B. You know, you can play her, and you will see more advantages in playing other heroes when you're on her. Alright, so now this is where it gets weird. I know I said this is more focused towards solo queue, but Revenant Octane is huge. If, like, together, that's like an S tier combination. But Revenant by himself, while his silence is super annoying and his ult has no range now, it's infinite range, it's just based off time. If you don't have an Octane, you're not going to be able to abuse the insane engage. You know, you can go in from 100 meters away and you get a knock, they can't answer back. Or if they fuck all three of you up, they can't answer back. So I'm gonna put him on C. He's not gonna hurt your team, but he's definitely not gonna benefit your team in any way. Or I mean, he's not gonna hurt or negatively impact your team. Alright, y'all. So if y'all agree with my list, let me know. I'm gonna put the list down in the description below if you want to take a look at it, maybe move it around, send me a screenshot on my Discord on where you rank these champions, and you know, let me know. Alright, deuces, y'all. Thanks for watching.